All right, this is the independent practice for 2.4. You have tried these, and let's see how you did. First one is we have a percent that we want to make as a decimal and as a fraction. Okay, so 350%, lose the percent and just go over 100. 350 over 100. How many hundreds are in 350? Well, there's 3 of them, and it leaves me with 50 over 100. I know 50 over 100 is the same as 1/2. So 3 1/2, that is a fraction or a mixed number. Now my decimal is, I know 350%. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over. Oops, my cat just got on the table. There we go. I'm going to go over 1, 2. There you go. And then, as I take that over, I lose this thing, and I have 3.5, oopsie, 3.50, or just 3.5. 3.5. And the other thing I could have done was taken on my calculator 350 divided by 100, and I would have got 3.5. Okay? Let's go to the next one. 600. 600%. 600% is a lot. So it's 600 over 100. And if I reduce that, because I want to get it in the fraction but reduced, 600 over 100, I could divide it by 10, get rid of those, divide that by 10. Now I'm 6 over 1, which is the same as 6. So 600% is 6. And if I want to put that in a decimal form, I have my percent here, and I start here, and I go over 1, 2, so I get 6.00. And 6.00 is the same as 6. So 600% in fraction form and in decimal form is the same. Cool. Okay, let's go over here. 15%. 15%. Okay, this is a small percent. It is 0.15 over 100. Now, I would prefer to do this one a little different way. Let's get it to, we're going to take it this way. We want to get rid of this one. You know what? I'm not going to do it that way. There you go. I'm going to write it down, 0.15%. And I need to go this way. Okay? And I got to go that way twice. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And that where it's going to land. But I need something here and something here. When I move it over, I get rid of this. Okay. So, my decimal is 0.0015. Now that I have the decimal, I can make this into a fraction pretty easy because I look at it and I look at my place value. Ones, tens, thousands, 10,000s. So it's 15 over 10,000. Okay? But I can reduce this. So I divide this by 5 and divide this by 5. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. And 10,000 divided by 5 equals 2,000. So my fraction is 3 out of 2,000. That's saying I took a test, 2,000 questions, I got 3 right. That would be the same as 0.0015, which is the same as 0.15%. These 3 are all the same, they're just represented differently. They're just shown differently. Okay, let's go on to number 4, 55%. Okay, let's get it into a decimal first. I have 0.55, I could say 0.55%, and I want to get rid of this, so I got to start at my decimal and go 2 away from here. 1, 2. Have to add a 0 here. When I do that, I get rid of this and this, and I'm left with a decimal 0.0055. Okay, that's my decimal. Now I'm going to look at my place value. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. 10,000ths. And then I look at only the number part here. I'm getting rid of this, so I could go with 0055. But do I really need those zeros? I don't. So it's just 55. 55 over 10,000. Now, I want to simplify it, and I can divide each by 5. That gets me 11. 10,000 divided by 5 gets me 2,000. So my percent is 0.55% is the same as 0.0055 is the same as 11 over 2,000. So this is my percent, this is my decimal, this is my fraction. And I can go back and forth between them all. Okay? Let's go over here. Number 5. Now we would just want to write these as percents. Okay? So let's get this as a decimal. So let's take it to a decimal. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 over 2. Then if I take my calculator and I do this, it will give me a decimal. And the decimal is 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5. So this is my fraction or mixed number. Here's my decimal. And then to be a percent, I have to go over 2.5. I want to get it over here somewhere, so I got to go 1, 2. There you go. And my percent is 250%. 250%. Fraction, decimal, fraction, percent, decimal. All right. Now let's get this one. 9.34. No, 9 3/4. So I'm going to put it into an improper fraction. 36, 37, 38, 39. 39 over 4. And then I do 39 on my calculator divided by 4 equals 9.75. But I want a decimal, so I go over 1, 2, woo, and I get 975%. That's a lot. Okay. Let's do this one. 4 1/5. I'm going to get it into an improper. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1 is 21 divided by 5. 21 divided by 5 equals 4.2. I want it to be a percent, so I go over 1, 2, and up. Got to put a 0 here. 420%. Okay. Cool. One more. 7 3/10. Actually, no, 3/10 is 7.3. So here's my 7, here's my 7. 3/10 is 3/10. So I got it into a decimal. Now I'm going to put it into a percent. 1, 2%. Put a 0 here. And by moving it over, I got rid of those. And my answer is 730%. Okay. Sure, let's keep going. We're going to do, oh, we have more here. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's see what 9 is. 8.5. We want to write each decimal as a percent. And to go to a percent, it doesn't have a percent symbol, so I got to take it over to get one. So 8.5, 1, 2. Then I have my percent. So 8.5 is 850%. Okay. 2.64. 2.64. It doesn't have a percent symbol. I'm going to want one there, so I take it to decimal. 1, 2%. So it's 264%. All right. Ooh, this is very small. 0.009. I want to make that into a percent. 0.009. There's nothing over here, so I got to go 1, 2, stop there, and I get my percent. So it is 0.9%. Okay. I can always check it to make sure I'm right. If I have a 0.9% and I want to get rid of the percent, I have to go over 2. 1, 2. And put that there. And by going over that way, I get rid of this. And did I start with that? I sure did. So I can go back and forth. Okay. So let's do this one. There's no percent sign, but I want one. 0.0034. 1, 2%. So it's 0.34%. If I want to check it, I want to go back to a decimal. I know that I have to get farther away from there, so I go 1, 2, decimal's there, and I get rid of my percent symbol, and which is the same thing that I started with. So my answer is 0.34%. Okay. Now, I think we have a couple, let's just do 13 and 14. The size of a large milkshake is 1.4 times the size of a medium milkshake. Write 1.4 as a percent. 1.4 as a percent. So I need this little percent symbol, and I'm going to go make it 1, 2. Add my 0 here, and there you go. So it is 140%. 140%. Okay. Fresh water from lakes account for only 0.001, which is 1/1000th of the world's water supply. That's not much fresh water. Write this decimal as a percent. Okay, so I have 0.001. I got to go over 2, 1, 2, and percent symbol. So it is 0.1%. 0.1% of fresh water from lakes accounts for the world's water supply. Not much at all. Some of that is Lake Michigan, and we're lucky to live near it. Okay, so that is how you do some taking it from percents or fractions or decimals and going back and forth. Okay? Now, I want you to go and do the extra practice page 123. Do numbers 22 through 33. 22 through 33. Then you'll turn in that page, and once you've turned in that page, you are ready for the mid-chapter check. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.